Yep, you guessed it. We're talking about earning all these free cruise offers and getting them sent in the mail and having to choose which cruise. Let's talk about it. Here we go.
Welcome to the Holy Roller, where it's all about playing craps, earning free cruises, and a whole lot more. Thanks for watching. Now let's get rolling.
All right, well, we're basically going to be talking about these cruise offers. Now, I have a bunch of cruise offers. I don't save them all. These all happen to just come in because everybody in my household at this point is getting free cruise offers. And what's really cool about that, because say you want to have somebody or take somebody with you, some family members or friends, if you and your spouse or you and a relative or you and a friend get an offer, you book one for two people and your spouse brings one person and you bring one person, and then when you get on board, just switch rooms. Okay, that's usually top secret information. So what we did is I brought my wife, then my wife got an offer, and then I got a room, a cabin, she got a cabin, right? I brought one of my sons, she brought my other son, and then we all got offers. That's how it works. Okay, so basically, I wanted to talk to you about a big change that happened with not just these offers that come in the mail, but with the certificates. Now, when you get an offer in the mail, it comes with a couple dates, not a lot, but a couple dates, right? A couple dates to choose from. But when you get a certificate on board, an instant cruise certificate, the dates are a lot more. Let me just tell you, there's a lot more. I guess it's upside down. There's a lot more dates to choose from, and the more points you get, the better the offers are. But I wanted to show you something that was a big change. It was in December of last year, and then January, then February. So I'm assuming that this is how the new certificates are going to work. So I wanted to give you an idea about how that works. Now, when it comes to the certificates, there is a link. I'll put the link in the description for the February one, for example, because that's the one you're going to be looking at right here. But all you have to do to look at the March or whatever month you're looking at this in, all you have to do is change the last four numbers of the code. I say code, but it's the browser, right? The ULR. Just copy paste, but then change the last four digits or the last 5 digits to determine which offer that you want to look at. Here's a little formula of how that works once you get to the website. So I'll put a link in the description of that. But let's talk about these and what's different about these when it comes to the points, because something that's really good is it used to be 800 points. Like a couple years ago, it was 800 points for a free cruise. And then it went to 1,200 points for a free cruise. So 800 points didn't matter anymore. It had to be 1,200, right? To earn a free cruise. Using the booking bonus, which we could talk about that in another video. But basically the booking bonus is putting a $200 deposit before. Well, let's talk about it in this video, okay? I'm giving you everything right here. So notice, let me see if I can find it here. Okay, I can't find it, but I'll put it on the screen right here. Now, the booking bonus, you'll notice how it says that you have $150 worth of free play, or $250 worth of free play, $500 worth of free play. The more points you get, the more free play you get on your next cruise. However, if you do not do the $200 next cruise booking deposit, which you could do right on the app, it's very easy, or go to Next Cruise and put down just go to Next Cruise and say, hey, I want to do a reservation, Next Cruise booking. They'll give you a reservation number, okay? Now look at this offer code number, right? So you have the offer code number. Is that focusing? But anyway, you have the offer code number, and it's also an offer code number right up here on your what do you call it? Your postcard or whatever. You're going to have a reservation number with your next cruise, and you're going to have an offer code. Once you put those together, that's what's called a booking bonus. Now, if you leave the cruise without doing a next cruise booking bonus, like if you get off the cruise and you didn't do a $200 deposit for the next cruise booking, you do not get the next cruise bonus, right? You get the next cruise, but not the bonus, okay? So what that means is, for example, if you had $250 worth of free play on your next cruise, that's the booking bonus, why wouldn't you put $200 down to be able to go on that cruise with $250, right? So you put a deposit down, yeah, it goes towards your cruise, but you also get your free play. So if you put $200 down, it paid for your cruise, plus you get the $200 back when you get on the cruise in the form of free play. And you also get some onboard credit whenever you do the next cruise booking. So that's how it truly is a free cruise. Because some people say, well, it's not a free cruise because you have to pay taxes and port fees. Well, what if taxes and port fees were less than $500 plus gratuities, $500, right? So everything is $500, for example. But because you got an instant cruise certificate that comes with $500, meaning when you get there, you have free play of $500 plus like $100 of onboard credit once you get there, then all of a sudden it really is free because you're just fronting the $500 and then you get it back once you get on the cruise. So that's what I mean when I say free cruise, because a lot of people say, oh, it's not free, you have to pay taxes and port fees. But imagine this, a $4,000 or $5,000 cruise that you're getting, a cruise for two that's worth $4,000, you're getting it for $300 or $400, even $400. That's a 90% discount, and that's a great deal. But what if you had $500 worth of free play when you got there? Now it's not costing you anything other than travel to get there. So there are some costs, don't get me wrong, but hopefully you have like some miles on your credit card or a flight free hotel stay credit card that you use or something like that. Not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Do your own research. But the point of what I'm saying is there is a way that you can really get to having free cruise offers, okay? But with all that being said, let's talk about the big difference about the new certificates that we started talking about. Now that I went on that tangent, let me reel it back in and talk to you about this. Here's a picture of it. Notice this is at 800, 1200. You'll see that the offer is only good for a cruise for one. And so if you take a second guest, it's a discount for your second guest, but it's only a cruise for one. Let me tell you, before I would say it was $800, it was 800 points, and now and then it went to 1,200 points, and now it's back to 800 points, but it's only a cruise for one if you use the booking bonus. And if you don't, it's just like $200 off your next cruise or something, which is not a good offer. It doesn't even matter at that point because you want to use your booking bonus if you're going to get a certificate, okay? That's number one. Number two is this. If you want a cruise for two, there are a few that are a cruise for two, but notice this. When you might have to go back and look at it, but you'll see that a cruise for two, if it's on that list, is only like a 3-night or a 4-night. If it's longer than a 3 or 4 night, like even a 5-night, it's a cruise for one. So what that means is most of the time in the past, it would be like 1,200 points needs to be your goal. 1,500 points needs to be your goal. Now at the 2,000 point level, you're still getting offers for one. Okay, that's the big thing. You get an offer for one. There's a few offers for two in there, but 2,000 points offer for one. Okay, with the next cruise booking, you'll get some free play and an offer for one. Now for solo cruisers, that's great. They would love it, right? Oh, this is great, right? But the real value comes into bringing people with you, okay, and having a cruise for two. Now, you might say, no, Brian, when you cruise solo, you still have to pay that double price. Well, when they offer you a cruise for one, just paying taxes and port fees, you don't have to pay the taxes and port fees for a second guest. It's just you, so it works for one. But if you bring an extra person, being that you'll be in a room that probably can have two, you'll get a discount on that second person. Okay. Long story short is forget those offers. Forget the cruise for ones unless you are a solo cruiser. If you are a person that brings somebody with you when you go on a cruise, okay, then you're going to want to shoot for not 2,000 points, but 3,000 points. At the 3,000 point level, nearly all of them are cruises for two. So 3,000 points, there is a benefit if you get all the way to 3,000 points. That is because when you go on that cruise and you get 3,000 points, you'll automatically be prime if you haven't been, if you haven't, that's another level where you get free drinks in the casino and you get an annual cruise for 2. So really, on one cruise, if you get 3,000 points, you're actually going to be winning 2 cruises, but then you also will start getting a bunch of postcards. So my big thing that I'm trying to relay to you today, the one thing of the video, even though I was like, the one thing of the video is when you go on a cruise, make your goal 3,000 points or higher, and make sure to do the booking bonus, because 3,000 points comes with, I think, $250 worth of free play. And then if you get to 4,000 points, it's $500 worth of free play. And 6,500 points is $750 worth of free play. So really you have to weigh it out. But the bottom level now, I think, to get a free cruise offer or to get into the system is probably 800 to 1,200 points on a single cruise. But remember, it's only going to be a cruise for one. But they do send these cruise for 2. So you can still get a cruise for 2. You never know. But I always say to guarantee, because you don't know if these things are coming, but to guarantee a cruise offer is to get a certificate. And if you want to get a certificate for 2, you need to make your goal 3,000 points. So with all that being said, here we come. Here we go. Let's do some cruising. And until next time, I hope to see you cruising and rolling on a craps table soon. Watch this video and don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you later. Like I said, hopefully cruising. Roll those dice. Let's go.